Okay, everyone, I'm going to draw this picture right here. So sitting pose, clothing. So where to start? So I like to put my hand on the paper like this. Kind of think, okay, if I put the head here, move down the body, the legs, it reminds me, see how this leg moves out? Reminds me that that leg is moving out. This one's going to be about here. So there's no reason to put her over here. I should start her here. So I'm going to start there. So as I draw, I'm thinking about where the body is. That's continuity. And I'm thinking about the body under the clothing. Also continuity. So I'm going to start with a simple head shape. So I'm not starting with a circle, I'm not starting with an oval, I'm starting with, here's the jawline, cheekbone. I'm starting with what feels like a head shape to me, just trying to get it. You might not get it the first time, that's okay. You just want to try for it so that you have something that looks like a head. And while I'm here, I might as well feel for the neck. Can't see the neck, but I kind of know where it has to be. I can sort of see this side of it. I can come out to the arm. See, I don't know where that shoulder is unless I sort of look at it. Look at that space. Like, well, it's right about here. Turns. So what I do is I draw the shoulder and I turn it. Say, come over here. It's up a little higher. Turn this one. I have a neckline. The neckline is going to wrap here, wrap around, and then come around. And I know that the shirt is here, and there's volume. So there's a turn. It's not straight down. There's a turn here. So I'm drawing the clothing, but I'm actually drawing the body. Like over here, I'm thinking, where is the stretch and compression. So she's sitting on this chair, but she's sort of forward on the chair. So the wraparounds are going to be going this way. She's coming forward. The torso is coming forward this way. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I can't. These videos, if they get too long, I can't upload them, so I'm going to just do this more quickly here. So she's actually more on this hip than this hip, so this is where the weight is. So a little bit darker here, where the weight is. So in a sitting pose, the weight, instead of being on one of the legs, is actually on the hips. I'm going to draw just enough of a chair here to get started so that I have, there's a sense that she's on something. And then I'm coming down here. And I always want to wrap these ellipses. They always have to be wrapping. Even if they look like they're straight, you want to wrap them so that they're going across the body. Okay, so what's this angle? Angle. So we're coming down here. And then this leg wraps into this. Coming this way. A little bit of anatomy here. Just a little bit about how, what a thigh, the shape of a thigh, how it comes in. Overlapping form right here. Calf muscle coming down. So that's my first go through. So now I come back and now I can measure. If I measure, like, what's the outermost point? The outermost point is the foot, but I'm going to measure the hip because that's really where I need to get the most information. So where is the hip in relation to this leg? It's a little further out, so it looks like she might be a little further here. So I can come back and do some adjustments here. So I'm dealing with overlapping forms. I'm dealing with continuity, really important, continuity, the clothing, the body under the clothing. So it's kind of confusing here, but if I look for the, if I have the shoulder here and I look for where the body would have to be as it comes in here, then I've got, I've got something to work with. If I don't find the body, then I'm just sort of winging it and I'm drawing clothing, but it's not necessarily hanging on something. Okay, arm at an angle. What's the angle? Angle's there. What's this angle? And where is it? It's right about where her waist would be. So it's right here, coming in, meeting the other hand here. And where this hand is close to here, so this hand. Again, just notice that I'm just looking for the angles here. I'm looking for the angles of this hand. Not trying to draw precisely a hand, but trying to draw the shape of a hand and the shape of an arm. And then the cup is in here, and this other hand coming here, moving up, something like that. So this is going to be a place where I'm going to put more detail as I come back through this. I know that. So here I want to get this, I want to make sure I get this right. Start defining where the hips are. Get this up a little more here. So you see how wrapping this form here really, really helps in terms of developing dimensionality. So the knee's always a good place, even though often in the reference it doesn't look like much. If you know a little bit of anatomy, you know that there's a bone right here that turns, flattens a little bit, comes out again into the calf. And then there's that nice sweep of rhythm there that goes along the shin, and the calf muscle is just on the other side of that. So here the ankle, and then the heel behind the ankle. Another S-curve. The foot is another S-curve. What's the relationship of the feet? So this foot is going to be off the page. Unless I made this too big, which is possible. I can shorten this one a little bit. Do you see how you can correct, and it's okay? It's just part of the drawing, part of the searching for these lines. Some of you asked about soft edges. If you have a nice long point, you can create some soft edges for your inside forms. They're not all soft edges, just some. So if it's a bone, it's going to be more of a hard edge. If it's flesh, it's going to be a softer edge. Okay, so this one is here. Okay, so coming back up here, then I would work the hands. Because that's so important to be holding the cup there, I would check on this shirt, which I think is sort of out here like this. Now that I know where the body is, I can hang the shirt. You see how the shirt hangs off of the shoulders? Comes down. It's hanging this way off the shoulders, this way off the shoulders. So it's falling with gravity, pulling it down this way. Okay, I'm going to stop there because, as I said, I can't get these videos too long or they won't upload. So we'll come back to this.